What goes on, guys? It's Sarcasm here, and today I have some domination gameplay on the map Village. I don't really want to go too in detail on talking about the gameplay, but the game starts off kind of slow. It definitely picks up pace a little later on. I build up a decent kill streak, but I have a lot to talk about, so I just want to get onto it, to the main topics. And the first thing I want to talk about is the theater mode. So this game right here is recorded from theater mode, and a lot of times during this recording you'll see me kind of like move and just aim. My aimer will go all over the place, and like it looks kind of twitchy and looks like I'm just spazzing out and shit, but that's not what was actually happening in the actual game. It's just the way that the theater mode picked it up. So the theater mode in this game is kind of glitchy, kind of buggy, and it doesn't really record an accurate depiction of what actually happened. So from now on, I'm going to try to stay away from theater mode. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that I bought about a month ago specifically for recording gameplay, and I'm finally going to put it to use. So I'm going to be recording pretty much all my games live from now on, so it should be a little bit better in terms of visual gameplay. But the main thing I want to talk about, there's a patch coming up soon. Infinity Ward promised a patch that will patch the Type 95, the FMG9, and the CM901 glitch. I'm sure they'll patch other things that they haven't told us yet, but I don't really want to talk about the patch specifically. I mean, they're doing some good things, and I'm glad that they're taking steps in the right direction in terms of actually deciding to patch stuff that people are saying is overpowered, because Infinity Ward tends to, for the most part, leave things alone. I know in Modern Warfare 2 they patched the Model 1887. They were just ridiculously strong in that game if you put akimbo on them, and they did patch those, but to be honest, they didn't really patch many other guns or anything like that. So I'm glad that they're deciding to follow the path of Treyarch and Black Ops and use the new technology that they got from them. They're patching stuff hopefully on a more consistent basis. So where I'm going with this is, right now that's what a lot of people are complaining about. They're complaining about the FMG9 akimbos and the Type 95. But the problem with this is that when they do patch this, people will still find something to complain about. And that's one of the things that I really dislike about the Call of Duty community. Like in Call of Duty 4 and COD World at War, there were these two second tier perks called Stopping Power and Juggernaut. If you never played those games, Stopping Power made your bullets a little bit more damage, and Juggernaut gave your character a little bit more health. So during the time when these games were out, these were two of the main things that people like to complain about. I know there were other things like the M16 in COD 4 and the MP40 in World at War, but these were two of the main, I guess, complaining topics that I would see all the time. And in Modern Warfare 2 they took out Juggernaut, and in Black Ops they took out both Stopping Power and Juggernaut, and people would still find something to complain about. And like I said, that's just something I really dislike about the Call of Duty community. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because another thing that a lot of people are complaining about right now about this game in particular is lag compensation. So for those of you who don't know, lag compensation was added into this game, and what it does is it attempts to give everybody in the game the same level of connection. And what this ends up doing is it kind of helps the people with a bad connection to begin with, and it kind of punishes the people with good connections, and especially the host. If you're hosting this game, then a lot of times it's really hard to overcome, and it becomes really hard to do well. But where I'm going with this is that a lot of people are now using this as an excuse for everything. Like whenever they die, there are some people who, without even knowing what lag compensation actually is, they're blaming their death on lag compensation. So the problem with this is that sometimes people are just using it as an excuse 100% of the time, and this is not something you want to do, because if you're doing this, you're blaming your death or whatever, your failure, your fault on something else, then you're missing a chance for yourself to improve yourself and better yourself in the long run. So what I mean by this is, when you die or you mess up, you make a mistake or whatever, instead of blaming this on something else, blame it on yourself and see where you went wrong and what you can improve on and what you can do to improve it. And I guarantee if you do this and you're constantly thinking to yourself how you could become a better player, after time I guarantee you will become a better player. The kill cam in this game, even though in Call of Duty it's not 100% accurate, it's a very good learning tool. When I started playing Call of Duty, I watched every single kill cam from every one of my deaths, and that's one of the best ways to become a better player. If you want to improve, you want to get better at the game, the only way to do this is if you're trying to improve and you're trying to get better, and you should be learning from your mistakes. We're all human, we all make mistakes, that's what we do, but if you're not learning from them, then you're really just hurting yourself, and it would be very beneficial for you if you just took the time to blame yourself. I mean, I don't say like just blame yourself for everything, but I mean, instead of finding something else to blame it on, blame yourself and see why what happened the way it did. And next time, if you keep doing this, it'll just become second nature and it'll just come naturally. So the game's wrapping up here, guys. I hope you understood the point that I was trying to make from this video. I wasn't bringing this up just to be a negative Nelly, like, I'm not just trying to talk down on people who blame other things, but my point is that you could use your bad experiences as a learning tool to help improve yourself in the long run. So this could apply to Call of Duty or could apply to life in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me some feedback, let me know what you think as always. So thanks for watching. Peace.